I platinumed the best GTA game in the entire series, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Wait. With all the great games in the GTA series, you're really going to say that the best one is the one that's over 20 years old?
I'm definitely saying that, but don't worry, I'll explain it throughout the video. I just don't want to make my intro too long.
Thank God. It's about time you figured that out. Let's get the show started.
So the game starts off with us getting busted out of prison, immediately followed by the bridge to the next city getting blown up. And before we're able to get down to business, we have to go and explore the safe house area. Once we finish with that, we finally get our first mission, Luigi's Girls, which sees us going to the clinic to pick up a lady of the night.
A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
And once we drop her back off at Luigi's, we get the first day on the job trophy. And with that trophy popping, we immediately gained access to be able to free roam. So obviously I got straight down to business.
That's nasty, man.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong clip, but we got the right one this time. So there's 4 trophies that you're going to want to go for as soon as you gain access to free roam. Those are Where To, Splish Splash, Playing Doctor, and Going Rogue. The reasoning for that is if you wait too long, the gangs in those cities become hostile to you, and especially in the first city where the mafia has shotguns, they can one-shot or even two-shot your vehicle, blowing you up, therefore making this run impossible.
Serious?
So the first trophy I decided to focus on was Playing Doctor, which sees us driving an ambulance around, picking up patients and dropping them back at the hospital. Now, a few things to note with this trophy is that you have to go through 12 different levels, starting with 1 patient at level 1 and progressing all the way up to 12 patients having to be picked up and dropped off at the hospital by level 12. The problem with that is you can only fit 3 patients in the ambulance at a time, which means the further you get into the mission, the more trips you have to make to the hospital. All this is happening while you're on a timer. So it's very important that you're quick.
That's what she said.
And also make sure you do not run over any patients. That will immediately fail the mission and you'll have to start all over from the very beginning. But after hours of attempting this and failing, I finally succeeded and got the Playing Doctor trophy. Now the next trophy, Where To, was much easier than the previous one. All I have to do is simply pick up 100 passengers and get them to their location in the taxi cab. The 100 passengers is actually cumulative, so even if I fail, I just start back over right where I left off. So it's not very hard. It just takes a little bit of time. So I got that fairly quickly. And that brings us to the Splish Splash trophy, which has us extinguishing 15 fires during a single fire truck mission. And just like your mom, this mission was very easy, and hanging around too long will actually give you a burning sensation. Damn! So I popped this trophy in less than 10 minutes. Now, the 4th and final free roam trophy that we need right now is called Going Rogue, which requires us to kill 15 criminals during one vigilante mission. Now, I decided to make this mission easier by unlocking the Uzi, and the way that I did that was by collecting 20 hidden packages. And after the 20th package was collected, the Uzi was delivered to the safe house. And since I was on a roll collecting the hidden packages, I just went ahead and collected the rest of them on Portland, the first city, so that I wouldn't have to come back and do it later whenever I'm chasing down 100% completion. And once I was done with that, it was off to the races on the vigilante missions. Now all you have to do for this trophy is chase down 15 criminals in their vehicles, crash their vehicles enough to where they'll get out, and then kill them. Now along the way, I accidentally got the trophy, Reckless Driving, for performing a perfect insane stunt. And just look how perfectly insane this stunt was. I mean, wow. And after a short period of chasing the criminals, I finally took out my 15th one, popping the Going Rogue trophy. And next up, I decided to knock out all the rampages in Portland again so that I could make sure that the rival gangs didn't stop me from doing it. And while completing these rampages, I accidentally popped the trophy Street Sweeper for killing 100 gang members, as well as the Right Hand Man trophy for earning a criminal rating of 2,500 or more, just because I'm thugging like that.
P.O.P. all the time. Right, these all good pimps, boy, baby, for life.
Now, once I had finished all the rampages in Portland, I went back to Luigi to complete some more missions. And eventually, Luigi gave me the mission, the Fuzzball, which sees me picking up 8 ladies of the night.
She was a hooah.
And taking them to a police ball. Now, what I have to do for the next trophy is I have to pick them all up in the coach and drop them all off at the same time. Now, I also happen to get another trophy for destroying a car at the Crusher. This trophy was actually achieved naturally by just completing a payphone mission. Now, the next trophy without a scratch was actually a little more difficult. In this mission, you have to steal a car, rig it with a bomb, and then place it back in the parking spot that you found it in without damaging it. This can be quite difficult because, as you're aware, NPCs in Grand Theft Auto 3 do not know how to drive. But I wound up getting the trophy first try because I'm a G.
P.O. P, I will die.
Soon after that, we started the Farewell Chunky Lee Chong mission. And as you can probably gather from the name, we have to take out a guy named Chunky Lee Chong. Now, there's a trophy that you can get here by actually taking him out with a car bomb. Now, to get that trophy, you have to go to the place where you're supposed to take him out, steal his car, drive it to 8 Balls, get a bomb implanted in it, then take it back and park it, and then chase Chunky Lee Chong back to his car, therefore causing it to blow up. While continuing to progress through the story, I actually popped the trophy Dirty Money for accumulating $1 million.
I'm rich, biatch!
Next up was the Mob Boss Trophy, which requires you to keep the 2 Mafia members alive during the Triads and Tribulations mission. And this trophy was made incredibly easy by getting the AK-47, then standing outside of the compound and just shooting the target from there, so the Mafia members don't even have a chance of getting killed. Now, after doing a bit more work for the Mafia, we finally get to the mission Last Requests. And while going through this mission, we get a notification letting us know that the Mafia plans on killing us. So instead of completing the mission, we instead go to the docks and sail to the next city. And once we arrive, we complete the mission and receive the trophy, A Marked Man. And now that I made it to Staunton Island, the second city on the map, it was time to knock out all the things that I had to do before the gangs became hostile with me here. So I went ahead and did the hidden packages. I knocked out the 20 fire truck missions that I'm going to need for 100% completion, as well as the 20 vigilante missions that I'm going to need. So also note there's these little stars on the ground that you can pick up to get rid of your wanted level. They're called police bribes.
Will this work for you? I can't seem to find my license, but...
And I got escape artists for getting 20 of them. Now at this point, I also decided to knock out the rampages in the city. And along the way, I popped the trophy Liberty City Minute for surviving 1 minute with less than 10 health. I also did a rampage that had me using Molotovs, which was the last weapon that I needed to use in order to get the trophy Full Artillery for using every weapon type in the game. After completing the rampages in this city, I moved back over to doing missions and eventually started doing missions for a guy named King Courtney. The end of his mission line had me collecting this car from a parking lot while being attacked by meth heads. But similar to your mother, I'm sure they had good reasons for using it.
I enjoy it because it makes me feel positive, confident, and sexy.
And after successfully completing this mission, I got the trophy A Gift from the King. Shortly after that, I got a mission where I was required to pick up packages that are dropped from a plane over the ocean. I had to grab all of the packages while surviving a wanted level that it gave me, and then make it all the way back to turn in the mission to get the next trophy. Then I finally made it to the 3rd city, which means you know what time it is.
You know what time it is? Discord time.
Okay, maybe you don't know what time it is, but it was time to collect the hidden packages.
Your mom collected my hidden package.
Oh, would you shut up? Anyways, I finally got the 100th hidden package, which gave me a trophy. And after completing the hidden packages, I moved on to the fire truck missions as well as the vigilante missions. And after getting 20 of each, I finally popped the trophy Furious First Responder for completing the paramedic, firefighter, and vigilante missions. Now, at this point, I decided it was a good time to get a fast car and go back to the first city so I can get my Fast and the Furious on.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
And all I had to do was complete the race Turismo in less than 180 seconds. And once I had done that, I popped the next trophy by a mile. And then I went back to the 3rd city to complete the remainder of the rampages. And then I decided it was time to knock out the rest of the story mission. And that eventually brought us to this dam.
Yeah, I just have a question. Is this a goddamn?
Where we had to fight through waves of enemies before finally reaching a platform where we had to blow up a helicopter, triggering the final cutscene and popping the final story mission trophy. Now, basically all that's left to get the platinum is just getting to 100% completion in the game, which sounds easier than it actually is because we still have to do the import-export missions, which sees us dropping off cars at various garages around the city. Plus, we have the off-road missions, RC Toyz missions, and the stunt jumps before we can finish.
Is that all you got?
Now, there's 3 garages in GTA 3 that require vehicle delivery. 2 of them are in the 1st city. The 3rd one is in the 3rd city. The first one in the 1st city just has you delivering all of the first responder vehicles, which I gotta say, the hardest of all of those wound up being the FBI car. So what I did was use the tank to get 5 stars. Then went back to my safe house where the FBI followed me in. They happened to blow up one of their cars on my tank, which then I just used my tank to push the car into the garage, which then healed the car so I was able to take it back to the crane.
That's cheating! That's cheating!
And for garages 2 and 3, I used a guide on mapgenie.io. And this guide made the garages so easy that I got them done very quickly. Next up was the off-road missions, which had us go into 4 locations around the map, getting a Hummer, and then using that to hit checkpoints located around the map. Now, once I had completed those, I moved on to the RC toy missions. There were 4 of those, which required you to drive these RC cars around, blowing up other vehicles. And once I had finished that, I popped the trophy Man Toys.
What do you mean by that?
At this point, I realized there was a relatively easy trophy that I just had neglected to get, and all I had to do was kill 25 gang members with melee weapons, so I knocked that out real fast to get the come out and play trophy. And with that, we just have one thing left to do to get the last trophy. It will also pop the 100% trophy. It will also pop the platinum trophy. So I immediately got to work on the unique stunt jumps. And after completing all 13 of them, I finally popped the trophy Wheels Up, followed by the trophy Is That All You Got? And immediately followed by the platinum trophy.
Wait a second. I thought you were going to tell us why this is the best GTA game.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's because your mom's in it.
She was a hoa.
But you know what would totally redeem your mother? If you subscribe to my channel. Also, click here for more hijinks.
I lie on my back.